Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 586, and this episode is being broadcasted live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Now, if you're listening to this on the app or the podcast, it's always handy for you to get in on these lives because it means we can communicate with one another. And also, we do this on Mondays for Motivational Monday. Then we have Hypnosis Wednesday. And on Hypnosis Wednesdays is where you can have your suggestions put into the hypnosis track that we do live. So you can have that co-creation, which I think is great, a co-collaboration of hypnosis and get your needs met. So please go to youtube.com/Joseph Clough, and that means you'll get access to the lives. All you gotta do is make sure you go ahead and subscribe, do a thumbs up here and there, click the bell, all the usual stuff that everyone says, but it's important for the algorithms, I guess. And also that goes for the exact same thing on my app as well. So feel free to go ahead and rate a review on it. I appreciate that. Weirdly enough, we haven't had one for 18 days. Yet last 18 days, we've done like 100,000 downloads. Just the free podcast. So about 100,000 downloads. So if you go ahead and leave a review, I'd be very, very grateful, because that just means more people will be able to get the help that they need, and it's for free. It's absolutely for free when it comes to the app. You get it all in the podcast. Yes, you can upgrade for individual purchases. Yes, you can unlock the whole app, all those things. But other than that, you've got over 580 free episodes within the app, and they keep on getting added to. You are getting over 100 free hypnosis sessions when it comes to the app. So please go ahead and leave a review if you feel like helping the cause. But in today's episode, we're talking about the risk of success. So the risk of success. Most people in the world make decisions based on their fears. It's just wired into our neurology. We're always weighing up the negative, and specifically if we have a psychological conflict of self-doubt or a limiting belief of not being worthy or enough, of course you are gonna definitely make decisions based on your fears. And we've got to break that down as to why that happens. Now, we could go all the way back in time that when we're in small like tribes and communities, that we had to be aware of everything, because a decision could change from being alive and actually perishing. So that hardwired aspect to us, yes, is there to protect us. So there is going to be that risky thinking, that feeling of fear. But if you do then add on the other layer of being conditioned into making bad decisions or not risking things for your dreams, that's what I'm talking about. Because that past conditioning, your history, we've gone through significant emotional events, whether it be last week, last month, or last year, or when we were a child. Many, many people have, and that can condition us to have these decisions, to have this feeling of risk, to have this fear when it comes to our dreams and our goals. Whether that be for the promotion that you desire, whether you want to start a new business, whether you want to get into a relationship, those nagging doubts, those fears and worries cause us to not take risks. Now, even if you break down the word of something like a risk, what does that mean? Well, the risk, we're risking something, right? There's an opportunity that nothing might happen, and even worse, we could stay the same, or it could get worse. We could lose out on something. So if we do have that psychology of ultimately doubting and making and basing our decisions on our fear or based on our past perceptions, the things that we went through, the significant emotional events, then our future is going to be one of uncertainty. Our future is going to be one which doesn't feel like it's good for us. Now, over a few weeks ago, we went into some of the human needs, and I said, look, some of the human needs is to feel like we kind of belong. Another one was certainty. Well, one I didn't tell you about, which I'm telling you today, there is a human need for a level of uncertainty. So almost that's hardwired. Why? Because it keeps us alive. It keeps us questioning. It keeps us asking different questions or seeing different perspectives. Having a level of uncertainty can make you feel alive sometimes. It can cause you to grow. So remember, there is going to be a level of human experience of uncertainty. And especially when we have that layer of the biology, when we have that layer of the psychology of our past, when you think of that dream and goal in the future, you might be going, I cannot risk this. I cannot go for the goals that I want because I failed before. Because someone said that I wasn't enough. Or maybe because I was taught that I had to be perfect, that I'm just not gonna do it because I will never be perfect. You see, we can be told many things, or we can even tell that ourselves. We said a while ago about the stories that we tell ourselves. Maybe those stories were spoken to us. Maybe they were spoken about through culture, society. Maybe it was our family who said things around money, or it's hard to create your own business, or whatever it may be. We could be actually retelling those stories. And if we're retelling those stories, we're definitely buying more into the risk. But with every goal and outcome, this is what I want you to know. Every goal, the bigger, the greater the goal, the bigger, the greater the dream, will inherently have more risk. And that's okay. Why do we see the word risk, the risk of achieving our goal, or the risk of having our life to be exactly how we want it? Why should that be something that puts us off? You see, if we change the context of the situation, maybe it's riskier in the long term staying the same in pain. Maybe it's riskier to feel that constant dread and fear and self-doubt for the rest of our life. To me, that's a bigger risk. If you're going to achieve what you want, you have to give up who you are, because you're going to have to change along the way. So you have to let go. You have to fall forward, even into the so-called failure, because you can learn from everything. It's not a if it doesn't work out, guess what? You're going to get up and go again. Learn from it, adapt because of it, evolve. If we're truly going to be successful, if we're really going to do and be and have whatever we desire, and I'm not trying to be wishful thinking here, but if you do have a desire and it is in your heart and you do really want it, it is time to say no to that fear and welcome that risk. See it as an opportunity. See it as the way out compared to remaining the same. Because to me, that is far scarier. To be stuck in the same place. And some people might say, well, Joseph, I have tried many, many things. Some people might say that they've tried once and think that's all that matters. Look, in the same way, I'm not gonna be like all wishful thinking. It can take time. It can lead you down many paths. In fact, the people I work with, have usually seen 100 different people, usually tried hundreds of different things, but they kept on going until they found the solution. So let's see it as an opportunity that every no is leading us, of course, to the yes. But if we are going to get to where we want to be, we have to let go of who we are right here. We've got to fall forward and almost enjoy it. Enjoy the challenge, enjoy the risk. It's not like you're gambling. Like, I'm not saying you should give up everything, but most of the time we start to confuse a perspective that we take this risk and generalize it so much in our head that really the thing we truly want can happen through the small little things that we do each and every day. It could be hiring someone to help you get to your goal. It could be working with someone one-to-one to let go of that world of pain of the past and the pain of the future. Like, that's a good investment when you think about it. If you could give up every fear that you've ever had, which was unwarranted or inappropriate, if you could let go of all of that self-doubt and it were to just disappear, even if you didn't believe it, even if you thought you were broken, that would be a great investment if it did absolutely happen. Now, even if someone was promised that, but chances are you may still feel that's a risk that I'm not willing to do, because we get caught up into that risky mindset. We've been in this comfort zone that we feel like being broken or being stuck is our lot in life. And it's not. Well, actually it is, and it isn't. Here's the real part. If we remain the same, it is our lot, because we're not doing anything about it. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be your lot. It doesn't have to be where you want to be. You can go out into the future and create a different world around you. If you start to put the plans in place right now, if you start to take massive and inspired action, you start to make those small steps, which will become the great, powerful leaps. You may be comparing yourself to other people right now, but comparing yourself to other people is always going to get you stuck. There are no competitors in life. In fact, there is. I'm contradicting myself all the time in this episode. Because yes, the competitor is the you of yesterday, the you of the week before. Compare yourself from where you were and always grow more than that. Let your past be your competitor, where you go, I'm going to win today, that I'm going to do whatever it takes, that I'm going to look for the solution. You may have gone through many different interviews. Let's just say you're in a leadership position and you always don't quite get there. You want that next one, that next promotion, which is going to add another $20,000, $30,000 per year, maybe into your salary. Could be less, but it could be just more opportunity. It could be where you want to be heading. It's not always about the money. But let's say you feel like you haven't got there yet, that you're always being passed aside. That can create fear, that can create doubt, and that will start to become your story. That will become your expectation. But we've got to recognize those conscious and unconscious thoughts. Are we going to give them more life? Are we going to feed that fear? Are we going to feed the doubt? Or are we going to feed ourselves with the right thinking, the cultivated thinking that will allow us to move forward every single day, to learn from the experience, to grow from it? Because otherwise you will be self-sabotaging your experience. And I'm sure you've done it before. When unconsciously we self-sabotage because we don't want to fail, we don't want to be rejected, we don't want to feel like we're not enough. We can never be perfect. So therefore, your unconscious mind will take you out the game by providing you the fear, the procrastination, the ultimate generalizations in your life, distortions and deletions of opportunities. And it will try to stop you, to keep you stuck. And it will keep on doing that unconsciously. However, you can override it. You can work with your unconscious mind and get it to work for you. But you should not be the passenger in your life. You should be the driver of your life. You should be the person who goes, I'm going to work with my unconscious mind. It is my best friend. It's just a misguided one. It's been educated by the past, and I'm now going to educate it in the present. I'm going to let go of that past programming. I'm going to educate myself and give myself something. Here's a thing as well, just popped into my mind. We invest so much in other people. We invest with our family. We give our all. We try to help people, right? You may invest in restaurants. But there's this weird thing in society that investing within ourselves, and it doesn't have to be money, it can be time, just solely time. But that's not something that we should do. Some people think that's even selfish because it means we can't help the people in our life. But we should make ourselves a priority. Your well-being, your health, your future should be the priority. You should be going more and all in on your self-development and that future goal than playing into the fears and playing into the doubts and playing into other people's worlds and society where our attention in some places shouldn't even be there. We need to be solely focused on one or two things. I like to focus solely on one thing. I want to go to that one thing. I'm going to give up and let go of everything which is not serving me in a very negative way to get to that goal. I'm going to look for the solution. I'm going to go all in finding what that is. I'm going to embrace the fear and do it anyway, like the great book. I'm going to take action every single day. I'm going to prioritize my time and not let it escape, because that's the one thing that we never get back. That's always disappearing. And remember that self-sabotage is trying to protect you. So how do we let go of that self-sabotage? Well, be at peace that you might not get there. Be at peace that it might be painful getting there. Be at peace it will take hard work to get there. Be at peace for everyone, or most people may go, you're not going to get there. Be at peace that people might say you're not enough. Be at peace when anything is coming your way, whenever that resistance is there, because that is life. We shouldn't shy away just because other people say things. We shouldn't just shy away from our goals and dreams based on that resistance. Be at peace with it. You see, when you're at peace with it, notice how it feels. If you could wake up one day and you were at peace with what everybody says about you going for that business or going for that promotion, if you didn't care about that, if it was none of your business, and you just put your attention in yourself, if you were totally at peace with that was naturally going to happen and you did not care about what people said, society said, or anything in between, if you were at peace that you may not get there fully and completely as quickly as you like, but you're at peace with it, notice how your neurology will feel if you felt that way. Think of the lack of pressure that gives. Notice the more freeing experience where you're like, do you know what? That's okay. People are going to hate me. Some people are going to deny me. Some people are going to criticize me. Some people are going to doubt me. And do you know what? That's okay. Imagine if that was your mindset, that you did not play in to that attention. What would happen? Well, the self-sabotage would definitely decrease. So when it comes to self-sabotage, you've got to think about these things and become at peace with the negative. Be at peace with the risk. For every goal and outcome, it will create probably an equal resistance. The bigger the goal, the bigger resistance. Remaining the same, well, that's the underlying resistance of pain for the rest of our life. But be at peace, there's going to be resistance along the way. Now, let's just say there are other reasons as to why we self-sabotage and never put in the risk, never go forward. Well, when we go down that route, you've got to think of knowing that we're at peace with the negative things will happen. Be at peace that once you've got there, you change as a person and other people may do as well. Your relationships may change. If you earn more money, you're paying more tax, right? There's always going to be something negative to that goal. Now, usually, unconsciously, we distort it so much we go, I'm just not going to do it. But when you think about it and you write it down, those small negative consequences in any goal that we get is nothing compared to the success of peace, of love, of oneness, of knowing that you're enough, of the freedom that money will give you, the choice that it will give you, or if there's a relationship or a career, fulfillment. When we go down that route, yes, there may be some negative things along the way, but the positive is what we want. Now, if we're clear on and at peace with the things that may happen, you can then go ahead and ask yourself, okay, if I'm going to miss out on some things, if I am going to lose out on some things by taking this so-called risk of success, how can I mitigate some of that risk? How can I plan for it? How can I come up with solutions or strategies? So when I go for that goal and dream, if someone says this, I know what I'm going to say back. Maybe we say nothing back. Like, if you come up with your plan of reaction to the thing which may negatively happen, you are now getting your unconscious mind to know that it's okay, and therefore it will not sabotage you. So realize that every goal that we have, everything that we have, when it comes to our dreams, there will be a resistance of some sort, more often than not, of equal power to a certain degree. And realize that it's okay to not get there as fast as we want. Maybe it is going to take more time than we thought. Be at peace that you have to be willing to let go of who you are to become who you truly want to be or get what you truly desire. Any opportunity means that we're going out there. We're going into a place we've not been, and that can feel scary. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Yes, educate yourself and learn along the way. So that means you are prepared. But when you get to that level of being prepared, if you have that bulletproof mind, if you work on letting go of your limiting beliefs, if you work on processing and resolving that negative emotion or those negative associations to the past, if you work on it, process it, put your attention on it, and start to doing good and great things around it, you will be prepared for the unknown because you will be resilient. You will be flexible, adaptable, and you'll be ready for that opportunity. And even when it doesn't work out in some part of that plan down the way, you go, it's okay. I'm going to still get there. I've just got to adapt a little bit. I got to move a little bit. I can readjust myself. You see, if we were taking a trip together and we were just saying, going from say I'm like in LAX airport or something, and we're going way out to, I don't know, which direction should we go? Maybe Hawaii or something. That sounds pretty good. Never been there. I'd like to go there. But let's just say we go there. That plane is usually kind of off target. And you're like, well, how is it? Well, it's always readjusting its course based on the conditions, always moving a direction. It's not going there in this like unfelt one direction. It is adjusting itself continuously. There may be some turbulence along the way. So realize, as an analogy, it's okay to have turbulence in life on the way to your dreams, because the remaining stuck in the airport remaining stuck and never leaving that place, that is not what we don't, or that is something we don't want. We want to be able to get to the location. We want to get to the paradise. We want to get to our dreams. So realize that you have to always adjust your coordinates. You have to adjust your ability to be resilient and also, I would say, kind of flexible in your behavior. So if we take that on, it now should feel easier. But it's not going to be a straight line. It's not going to be a smooth journey. There will be some bumps along the way. There will be some turbulence. There will be some resistance. There will be people saying, you can't do this. You can't have that. Who are you to do that? Society says this. And go, do you know what? It's fine. I'm going to do it anyway. Because this is my life and I'm going to get to where I want to be. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to adjust myself. I'm going to release the frustrations with negative emotions, with limiting beliefs, and I'm going to go for what I desire. You've got the dream. You've got the goals. So let's go for it. Let's do whatever it takes to make that a reality. Learn along the way. Do what has to be done, and realize it can be an equally enjoyable experience. Although I said, look, we got to be at peace with the things which could go wrong, the things that will go wrong in terms of, look, I've got to pay more tax, or if I get a promotion, I'm going to have got more responsibility. We can be at peace with those things, and we can just take them as they are. But give yourself that freedom to do so. Give yourself that freedom to go, it's okay. Why do we have to expect it's going to be a smooth way of getting there? Is it because other people will say, oh, it's going to be easy? Is it because that we live in a culture now where like it can cause us how we see the world to be certain ways? What is wrong with that hard work? What is wrong with putting the effort into it? As I said, look, this episode 586, that is a lot of episodes. That is a lot of time to keep on going and keep on moving forward. Like, if you want to get to where you want to be, and it could be big, it could be small, realize it's okay that there's going to be some resistance. You're going to survive and you're going to thrive when you come from it from that mentality and that psychology of being adaptable and flexible and at peace. But sometimes it's not going to be smooth sailing. Sometimes there's going to be a current and we're going to have to fight with it, go across from it, all those kind of things. We need to be adaptable in getting what we want. And on top of that, look, find someone who will support you there. Find a group of people if need be to keep you accountable. Get the help that is desired, whether it's with me or if it's someone else. I don't care. Like, my business is good. We don't have too many opportunities to take on clients. When we do, we're going to go all in and help them. But however you get there is fine. With my work, whether it be for the podcast, my program, all those things, or whether it be with someone else, I would highly recommend, if you can, go all in and get that person to support you and get you to where you want to be and resolve and let go of that past conditioning and those limiting beliefs, because that's going to be getting in the risky mindset. In fact, you might even be asking yourself, oh my goodness, I'm going to hire someone. That's risky. That's a significant investment or cost, where really it is an investment. Like, automatically we can go to those conclusions. But you know what? The more money I've spent, the more value I've received. That has been how I've invested in myself. But like I said, if you don't have the money, guess what you do have? You have the time. Even if it takes you longer, it's okay. If it takes you another year or two, it's better than a lifetime of the pain of staying the same. This is your opportunity, and you have everything you need within yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, if you want to go ahead, you can download my free app at freehypnosis.app, where you can get all these free episodes in there. You can create your custom hypnosis sessions. You can choose from over 100 free hypnosis sessions in day form and in night form. That means you can just transform while you sleep. And like I said, if you got value in some way, even if it pushed up against your boundaries today, it's okay. It shows that you're listening, shows that like you're testing your model of the world. If you do feel resistance even with my words, then if you got anything from it, go ahead and leave me a review. I'm here to help, and I think that we should transform in every single way. And of course, finally, and this is only for those who really want to let go of the imposter syndrome, let go of all the self-doubt, and of course, if you are ready to invest within yourself, because it is a paid program, like it is, like you're getting a full customized experience with myself and my team. Like we're here to support you each step along the way. You can go to josephclough.info/power, watch our masterclass. If that resonates with you, then at the end of it, there'll be an opportunity to book a call with the team, and therefore we can see if we can let go of exactly what you're going through. And if we can't, we'll tell you that, look, you're not a good fit, we can't solve this issue. But if we can, we'll say, look, absolutely 100%, we'll let it go all within 8 weeks. And then if you're ready to invest, we'll go ahead and get you in the program. It's that simple. And yeah, you got two options there. Free hypnosis app or the more tailored, customized experience. So with that, my friends, I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. And remember, this is being broadcasted live, and you can go to YouTube and Facebook, just type in my name. I'll show up right there somewhere. And then you can just subscribe and so on. And that means you can be part of these live experiences. And therefore we can communicate before the show, after the show, all of those things. So with that, my friends, I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye.